Fair use is found in Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright. Fair use is found in Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act and functions to limit the exclusive rights of a copyright owner. Federal law states fair use requires no permission from the copyright owner to use the work and is not an infringement of copyright, and provides a number of illustrative examples of potential fair use, including criticism.
Here we go. You know it's funny when you can make yourself laugh. Welcome to Noshü is on! Translated, welcome to Noshü is live. My name is Noshü. Thank you so much for being here. Again, this is Noshü is live. My name is Noshü. N-O-S-H, Alt 129. Come on. Thank you so much for being here. As you know, if you've ever seen the show, which you haven't, this is just some nonsense for about 13 to 15 minutes. If you like nonsense and you need a little respite from the seriousness of your life, please like, subscribe, and share this nonsense, this horrible, horrible content. Oh wait, you can subscribe right now. It's so funny. Man, I've been doing this since December 18, 2017. Every single day since December 18, 2017. Today is February 20th, 2018. I've done a show live on YouTube every single day. You know how many shows that is? That's like a lot of shows. You know what I can say about all of those shows? Not one person has watched any of those episodes live. Never. I'm live right now. All of those shows are live. Not one person has seen this show live. You can check. There's analytics. You can go and see who male female ratio, how many people were watching, when did they stop watching, all kinds of stuff. It's easy for me because I've got no viewers, no views. Maybe a couple of views because, yeah, a couple of views because one person left a comment. So I have one comment, several views, a handful. You can go and check yourself. I'm not lying. I've got 0 subscribers. 0 subscribers. 0 shares. No one sees this shit. And of all these videos, that's what? That's like, I've got over 100 videos on this thing. Because I've uploaded some lip sync videos too. Woo! People are just not digging on me. You I have to take responsibility because I haven't told anybody I'm doing this. You know, my personal YouTube page, I've not once and I never will. I don't want anybody I know seeing this because I'm horrible, but I gotta do it. Why do I gotta do it? Because I made a commitment to the old gods and the new that I would do a live show on YouTube every single day from now until May 18, 2018. I made that commitment because please watch a previous episode. I've repeated this stuff so much. It's not you. It's just like I'm talking to the wind. But I made a commitment to the old gods and the new that I would do this. So let me explain to you. I'm doing this because the old gods and the new have helped my life so much. And I came up with the idea to do this show. If you look at the very first episode, it's totally different than what I'm doing right now. But I had this idea to do this show, and I've had many ideas to do shows, and the ideas are great, but then when it's time for execution, I fuck them all up because I lack confidence, I lack the follow through, I'm just scared of failure, I'm afraid of success, I really don't know. So I came up with the idea for this show, and then I was like, every other idea, I was like, fuck this, it's a great idea, but I can't pull it off. And then I said to myself, promise yourself that you would do it. Make a promise to yourself. And I said, yeah, I'll make a promise to myself. But here's the thing. Almost every idea that I come up with, I make a promise to myself that I will see it through, and then I never do. So making a promise to myself to fulfill this YouTube live gig would be the same as everything else, because as soon as I get afraid, like I've been doing this with no views. The only thing that's making me stay here is my commitment to the old gods and the new. Okay, let me finish that story. So I said, I can't promise myself because I'll never keep the promise. And then a voice in my head said, then promise us. It was the voice of the old gods and the new. And the old gods and the new know that every day I pray to them. And I thank them for the bounty that is my life. And that's not a joke, even though I'm on the low socioeconomic ladder. I mean, low. I am so much more blessed than 99% of the world because I get to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And that's total freedom. And that's more valuable than any amount of money you've got in your bank account. Anyway, so the voice said, why don't you promise us? This voice was the old gods and the new. And I said, after thinking and being a little reluctant, because I knew that if I made a commitment to the old gods and the new, then I would have to fulfill it. And I couldn't see a reason not to agree to it. Because if I didn't agree to it, that means I really don't believe in the old gods and the new. And I do, deeply. So I made the promise. And once I made that promise, there's no turning back. That's like turning your back. I don't have any family, but that's like turning your back on your family if you make a commitment and then you don't follow through. So I'm here live every single day. All right, let's get into this episode. This episode, if you saw yesterday's episode, which you didn't because nobody did, you would know that I came to the realization that the world as it is right now could give a fuck about me and my ideas. They said, okay, Noshü, you have contributed what you're going to contribute. You're old, you're useless, we don't need you anymore. We got all these young bucks, we got these new ideas, we got these young people who are taking over the world. So, Noshü, you can bow out. That's a hard thing to accept, that you're obsolete. It's hard, but everybody's got to get to it. If you live long enough, everybody's going to get to that stage. And I think I know I am now at that stage. No matter how hard I try to keep up with y'all, there's a lot of things y'all do. When I say y'all, I mean the generations that are in control of the world now. There was a time when I was in control of this world. I have hired hundreds of people that are in the workforce right now. I hired them. I have trained people who have gone on to become trainers. You know, that was my what do you call it? Contribution. Now the world is telling me through media, through music, that my services are no longer needed. nor wanted. Woo, that's so hard. Oh man, that goes to your soul. It goes to your soul when you realize you're obsolete. But if you're smart, you realize that's a door closing and another one opening. Now that I don't have an obligation to the world, like I don't need to go out there and train people and bring the next generation up. They're already up. I did my obligation. I did my job. Now I can focus this time on myself. I honestly can just do whatever I want to do for myself and disregard the needs of the world. That doesn't mean go over there and use up resources and trash the environment and stuff up. I'm not talking about that. But what it means is I'm middle-aged. And for me, middle-aged means 3/4 aged because of my family history and my color on my skin. But anyway, so that was yesterday. And a lot of this came from realizing how articulate, smart, far advanced than I was at their age. Those kids in Florida, Parkland, Florida, who are coping with that school shooting down there, how smart they are and how aware they are. And they're talking about stuff as a high schooler that when I was in high school, I didn't even think about. And not only do they talk about it, they express it so articulately. They're so used to cameras in their faces. They're so used to being taped and video. So CNN or Fox or whoever throws a big ass camera in their faces. They flow better than like the announcers on the news. You know, that made me realize, oh shit, my time is up. My time is up. Once the pain, the sting subsides, then you can relax. This is where I am. I'm only talking about where I am. Once you live with the death of who you thought you were, I'm moving forward. So I'm trying to figure out, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? I'm not in a midlife crisis because it's not about like I need to get young girls or I need to, you know, drive a Lamborghini. I don't have any of those desires. The only desire I have is to figure out, what the hell am I going to do with the rest of my life now that the world doesn't need me? What am I going to do? I got to contribute. I got to contribute to society in some way. I got to make people better, make things better, make a situation better, make animals better, something. So that's where I am now. I got to figure out what the hell to do with the rest of my life. It's weird. It's weird. I don't have to go out in the workforce and do that 9-to-5 thing for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life, I don't have to have an alarm clock every day. But what am I gonna do at that time? I have no fucking idea. I'm gonna figure it out though. I'm gonna figure it out. The journey has begun. Thank you so much for watching Noshü is Live. Again, I am Noshü. If you can get down with this nonsense, please subscribe, share, like, all of that stuff. Notification bell, reminder, all of that stuff that you crazy kids are out there doing. All right. If you see or hear anything about Liza Koshy being upset that I've stolen her outro, you tell her to contact me directly. If she wants to get this back, she has to come to me directly and respectfully say, Mr. Noshü, I would like you to stop using my outro. But until then, bye!